Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing great. It's been almost 2 months since I have seen any of you in person at the salon, so I thought I would sit down and record a quick and easy everyday makeup look. And this is the look I created, so I hope you guys like it. And if you want to learn how I achieved this look, please keep on watching. So to start the look, I'm going to use the Ordinary silicone primer. And I'm gonna take a little bit and then apply all over my face and a little bit on my neck as well. I like to use my fingers for this part so you kind of know if there are any areas that are dry, so you can go over with the different primer if you need to. Okay, there. And I'm gonna be using powder foundation, so I'm gonna go ahead with the concealer first, and I'm using NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard. And I'll be applying it underneath my eyes. Make a little triangle. And same thing on the other side. A little bit on bridge of the nose, center of my forehead, on the chin, and a little bit above my lips. I'm applying this in the areas where I want a little extra coverage. And to highlight the area as well. And if you do have any blemishes, you can go with the concealer that matches with your outer part of the face, so you can just spot conceal those areas. Now to blend it, I'm using Morphe M428. And just gently patting it. Same thing on the forehead. Go over the edge just a little bit. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna use MAC Studio Fix powder foundation, and the one I'm using is NC40. And I'm gonna take the brush. This one is BH Cosmetics 114. Apply it all over and blend it down the neck. On the side of the nose. I like using powder foundations for everyday uses. Really quick in the morning when you don't have too much time to get ready. And whatever is left on the brush, I'm gonna go over my concealer, and I'm gonna be using a lighter shade. I'm using MAC Next to Nothing powder. The shade I'm using is Light Plus. I'm going to use a different brush for this. Using Morphe 438. Just to highlight this area a little bit more. And I'm going to be using this on all the areas wherever I used the cream product. That's good. And I'm going to use Milani Baked Bronzer in number 5. And I'm using the brush Morphe R10. Just to warm up the face a little bit. On my jawline. Blend it down the neck. Around the forehead a little bit more. And a little bit extra on the cheeks. And whatever's left on the brush. Just putting it on the jaw again and then blending down the neck. And I'll just go over the sides of my nose a little bit. Okay, and now for the blush, I'm gonna use Milani Baked Blush in number 5. And for the highlighter, I'm using Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. And for the brush, I'm going to use Morphe 510. And I'll be using on the high points of my face. So I'm going to use right above the blush area. I'm going to use a little bit above my brows. And on bridge of the nose as well a little bit. There. Just gonna go with my blush brush again. There. Onto the brows now. So I'm using Billiondollarbrows brow powder in Raven color. And I'm gonna start at the base of the brows, draw a line, and then blend it up. And then using upward strokes in the inner area. There. And do the same thing on other side. I like using powder over pencil, but it's your preference. If you want to use pencil, you can use that. And just going over with the spoolie end of it. Gonna put a little bit extra in here. You can always go back and forth until you're happy with the shape. Normally when I'm doing brows, it doesn't take this long. It's just when you're recording, it's hard to. And that's good enough. Okay. Now I'm gonna use the highlighter on my brow bone. Actually, I'll just use the concealer that I used under my eyes. So just on the brow bone. I like doing this just to define the line a little bit more, and just in case you went a little over the line, so you can clean up easily. And this one helps to cover any unwanted hair growth, especially now when we can't really get any services done. Okay, and that's it for the brows, and I'm gonna use a little bit of primer potion. This one is Urban Decay Original Primer Potion. I always use primer on my eyes if I am using any eyeshadow, because I have oily eyelids, otherwise it just creases throughout the day. And now I'm using Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and the color I'm using, first I'm going to use butter, a little bit of that, and the brush I'm using is Morphe R37, and I'm going over my crease. And then I'm going to use the shade Mocha, same brush, and just on the outer V. Same thing on the other side. And once you pack the product in the outer V, just blend it up and then go back and forth. And do the same thing on this side. Blend it a little bit more. So once you pack the product, blend it upward and then outerward. And whatever is left on the brush, I'm just going over my crease area, making sure it's all blended. Okay, and now I'm gonna take a smaller brush. This one is Morphe 507. And I'm gonna take butter all along my lash line. And a little bit of mocha. You could skip this part if you want and just apply mascara. There. And I always like using sparkly shade on my lid. So that one is personal preference. If you want to use a matte color, you could do that. And I'm going to use Little Lady color from the Morphe palette. And same thing on the other side. I'm gonna go back with my small, this blending brush, R37, and go over this area one more time. Okay. Just taking this Anastasia highlighter and apply it in the tear duct area. And on my brow bone as well. There. And now mascara. So I'm using L'Oreal Telescopic in Carbon Black. I love this one. It's not an actual brush. This one is like plastic wand with tiny spikes on it. If you can see. Yeah, it gets super close to your lashes and it gets all these small ones and makes them super long. Probably one of my favorite mascara. And same thing on the bottom. I have really long bottom lashes, and this one the only mascara that doesn't smudge on my lower lashes. What you guys like for your mascara? If you guys have any recommendation, please leave a comment below. I have tried so many, but none of them really work. And I hate using a waterproof mascara every day. It's so hard to remove at the end of the day. And this one you just use. You can remove with soap and water. So any face wash you use or any makeup remover. I normally just use face wash at the end of the day and it comes off really easy. Just gonna go over my top lashes one more time. There, that's good enough. I got a little bit on my lid there, so I'm just gonna go back with the brush that I used to apply this shimmery eyeshadow and just blend it with that. There. Just gonna go over the mascara a little bit. I think there's some moisture right here. There. Okay, and that's it for the eyes. And I'm not gonna use any eyeliner for this look. I think that's good enough for every day. And for the lips, I'm using Marc Jacobs, which one is it? Kiss Pop color, lip color stick, yeah. And the color is 604 Vam. And I'm just gonna take a little bit. I like this shade, but I'm not using, it's super opaque, but I'm just taking a little bit and just blend it with my finger. And I'm just gonna go over with a little bit of gloss, and the one I'm using is Essence Shine Gloss, and the shade I'm using is Strawberry Red. This is the final result. I hope you guys like it. If you do, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and like my Facebook page, and hope you all have a good day.